Jason, someone is willing to lend a hand to FIFA. You get it?
I get it.
Diego
It's not bad.
Maradona.
It's not bad.
It's because I took it straight from a tweet.
I actually understood, and I understood.
Yeah.
Opposed to half the time, I'm going, what reference are you
What
making?
Talking about? So Diego Maradona has basically come out and said that he wants to run to become the new FIFA president, and there is many who have their thoughts about it. You could possibly argue both sides. For argument's sake, I am going to take the positive note and say how I would like to see Maradona, which is obviously not the right point of view, but anyway, just to give you the upper hand and let you argue the stronger case.
Well, the stronger case is like, well, by the way, outside of Maradona, like if Messi's father runs as vice president,
Yes.
they'll like be like most perfect, like corrupt. I mean, here's the thing: these episodes are brought to you by Squarespace. You have to understand that. And you have to start by building your website today with a free trial at squarespace.com/TYT. Squarespace, build it beautiful. But
That's a great argument.
But,
Already sold.
but if Squarespace were to build a website in regards to Diego Maradona, what they would find is 37 million in owed money to the Argentinian government.
Italian government.
I'm sorry, Italian government, my bad. In addition to that, we know he was a disastrous coach for Argentina.
Yep.
And that's true for a lot of great players. They don't make
Transition.
great coaches. And interestingly enough, some players that were just such mediocre throughout their career, not that, you know, if you play at a professional level, of course, all due respect, you're a great player, but in terms of like compared to the legends, and Maradona there's statues of the guy everywhere in Argentina. He never translated as a coach, as a boss, and it's interesting because he was such a leader on the pitch, and he wasn't able to do that. So in terms of him being FIFA president, it would be better than Sepp Blatter, but you get like the silver medal for being a corrupt individual running the organization.
For me, the argument you just made, my argument, and why that I'm not going to argue why he should be because it's just a stupid argument, but I'm going to argue why he potentially could be, because he's got all the qualities. He's had allegations of corruption. He has been involved in some controversial statements in terms of his political views. He wasn't the best at managing a team. Just give him FIFA. It fits all the stereotypes and what it takes to be a FIFA corrupt official. So keep going.
Have him manage all the teams, basically. So I guess interesting enough, what is the like from us, from people with heads, like brains that work and function?
Yeah, headless people don't know.
Right, they don't know what the hell's going on. But what I'm saying is, like, we look at Sepp Blatter and we go, how is this man in charge for 5 straight terms? But obviously there's a lot of countries who were fine with Sepp Blatter and what he was doing for many, many years. How is Maradona going to be perceived if he does run?
I mean, what neutral fans will perceive is, wow, this is
He's
the
a
greatest
legend.
ever, one of the greatest ever to play the game is going to manage the beautiful game. How fitting is that? But this is also a guy who's never been shy of controversy. There was allegations of his drug taking during World Cups. He is the most notorious. I don't hold this against him. It's handball against England. It's fine by me.
The hand of God handball.
Hand of God. But for me, it's just like, it's just a name. I mean, in terms of the press that it would get, it maybe would bring more people back round to believing in FIFA. But for those that have, like, as you said, those with heads and who understand it
on their bodies,
he wouldn't be the best fit to manage FIFA. And I think that there's many other different candidates for me that have not had any previous allegations. You don't want to judge everyone by what they did in the past, but when it comes to managing an already corrupt state that is rife with problems throughout it, you want to have someone who's going to come in and have a clean slate. Someone like Zico of the Brazilian Federation, who.
Oh, so you want someone to run that would be like not Platini, not.
No, I would like someone who's new, a new face for it, and I think like someone when I heard Zico talking, I would have loved Figo to go forward, but I felt that he's so disheartened about the way his previous campaign was run and how the obstacles that he already knew were in front of him. Because you mentioned it, countries are in Blatter's favour because these countries have basically risen.
Because they eat out of Blatter's
hands. Yeah, they have his hands, so they've gained. There's countries, we know that in every country they have the same vote. There's no difference when it comes to voting for the presidential candidate or what goes on. You've got one vote, so they have the advantage of basically being able to choose who they want to without, because I don't think that should be the case. I think that it should go based on who has the most well-known stature. I think the UEFA should get a superior amount of votes because we have the most notorious leagues. We have the teams that are most influential throughout the world, and I'm not trying to disregard teams that maybe don't have as much say, but it comes down to reality. teams that have managed the best leagues in the world know what it takes to manage the biggest corporation for FIFA. And the way it's been run at the moment is not best, and I haven't seen it work. They faced the biggest scandal ever for the company. So I think that they need to figure a few things out, but that starts with bringing in a fresh face with no baggage. Someone that's just going to be there for the game and get the media back behind FIFA. Stop having everyone look so negatively amongst our beautiful game, and have someone there to build it.
They have an image cleansing to do,
yes,
and it's going to take a long time for that to be switched. But until someone new is put in charge, it's still the same old FIFA.
I'll tell you what's the final argument for Maradona being FIFA president: Twitter. So Twitter, of course, has reacted the way that Twitter does, and this is why I love human beings when it comes to this, creating some of the best memes and tweets. So let's take a look at them as he announced his presidential candidacy. So Maradona, the man who mistook Thomas Muller for a ball boy, wants to be the next FIFA president. What a time to be alive. Mistook Thomas Muller for a ball boy. I mean, that's a common mistake, I would say.
He's a gangly looking.
Yeah, he's a gangly looking guy, and I've always said he looks so, just, I don't know. Like,
out
what's
of
the word
place.
for it? He's out of place. He looks unauthentic as a footballer. Like, it's a weird word to use in that terms, but it fits. Because
like, how did you find your way onto German national team, winning World Cups?
Into that many goals and the way that you play? And I think that's why people are so deceptive of him, because he doesn't look like he's going to be a good footballer. And we can get into Thomas Muller in another day, but that's what he is. He's a great man. I'm sure Maradona will give FIFA a helping hand. Stand up, good job. Maradona wants to replace Sepp Blatter at FIFA in exchange for a couple of kilos. Colombia will host the World Cup 22. This is why I love reading fresh reactions, because I haven't seen that.
That's great.
Do you know where this allegation came from? He scored this World Cup goal that was an unbelievable goal, and he ran straight to the camera and grabbed it and looked right in it, and his pupils, well, you couldn't see the colour of his eyes.
Right, so that's probably that meme tweet that's next.
There's another picture. The next FIFA president could be fun, and it's a picture, of course, of Diego in his prime.
I mean, I've been waiting for them to make a Blow 2.
Yeah, he could fit that candidacy, I think. So, I think that it's a good story to talk about, but I don't think that it would be a good replacement.
So the verdict?
For Sepp Blatter. My verdict, what can I do instead of the alarm? The gavel?
You need a gavel?
Bang. Make a noise.
Gavel.
Or make a noise right here so I don't look stupid. The gavel is...
the gavel is what the gavel does.
The gavel is what the gavel does. Good,
but
good
what...
I just don't think so. I don't think so. But what we do know...
What do we know, Francis?
We do know that Squarespace is a good place.
Yes, we do. So if you want to build a professionally designed website, regardless of skill, head over to squarespace.com/TYT with a free trial of 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace.
Build it, Francis.
Build it, Jason.
You just took my joke and tried to replace it. Build it beautiful.
Build it
beautiful,
wonderful.
Francis.
Beautiful. Oh, I see what you're doing there. But see, no. Squarespace. Build it beautiful.